Good morning. My name is Heather. Welcome to our homestead. My husband and I sold our house in the city 2 years ago and bought 60 acres with nothing but a house on it to build our own self-sustaining homestead. So please join us on our journey as we build and learn and hopefully don't make too many mistakes toward our dream of being self-sufficient. I was debating what to show you first, but it makes sense to show you the orchard because that's where we started. The orchard should actually be planted in the fall, not the spring. That makes the trees put their initial growth efforts into a larger and stronger root system. The long-term effects is a higher producing yield and stronger, healthier trees. Most people get into spring mode and want to plant their trees in the spring. That's when they're brought into the garden centers, whatnot. If you want to buy your fruit trees in the spring, like we did, just keep them in their pots. It's not a problem. And obviously make sure they stay watered and whatnot. But they will do much better if you wait until before frost, before the ground is frozen, of course, but definitely end of September to end of October. So our orchard consists of 2 different pear trees, 4 different plum trees, 2 cherry trees, and 6 different apple trees. So at some point I will be completely overrun with fruit, and that's totally fine. I can and freeze so it's not a problem. So we ended up with all different varieties because that helps spread out the harvest time as well. And we obviously don't want to be overrun with multiple trees of one type of fruit and then end up having it go to waste. So all the trees are doing really well. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's all new growth. They're quite a bit taller than me because we had to leave our fruit trees behind. We decided to splurge and get larger trees to shorten the time frame between planting and our first harvest. So our 2 cherry trees are down the end here. They're really good. We also have 6-foot tall page wire, not page wire, 2-inch by 4-inch square rectangles wire to help prevent the moose from coming and disturbing the trees in the winter. The first winter here, a moose stood on the snow next to the fence, and the height of her shoulder was at the top of the fence. So clearly she could get in here if she wanted to, but it's just a bit of a deterrent, and it seems to be working very well. The one thing this house came with was plenty of lawns. Beautiful, pristine, weed-free lawns, and no garden. So our very kind neighbor came over last spring and used his tractor to skim off the top layer of grass and roots and everything else. And then I had a dump truck and pups, so 25 yards of organic compost delivered. And we moved that in here and tilled it over and tilled it deep. We ended up doing a bit of a mounded row system, and we wood chipped some of the paths as an experiment to see how it went, and we absolutely swear by that. We will be chipping all of the paths this year. There was no weeds at all in the paths. We got a couple of cattle panels and put them in the beds with the rebar, and then we discovered that the pumpkins and squash that we planted here did not want to grow up. We planted them here and they grew that way. So we're going to move these and we're going to put them over the middle path here, and then I will plant on this side, and then hopefully they will grow up and over the other side. So I stepped inside out of the wind for a minute. Holy man, the wind comes out of nowhere here. This is my 34-foot long planta greenhouse. It was a very long project to do. I did the vast majority. It is mostly a one-person job. There are occasional times when you need an extra set of hands, and definitely can't do it by yourself. That's fine. So we've laid down the black landscape fabric because we happen to have some that was left by the previous owners, just to help choke out the grass underneath here. And then my husband built these raised beds down either side that I will be filling in the next 2 weeks hopefully, so that we can start getting stuff going in here. The temperature difference in here compared to outside is astonishing. It's very, I had a greenhouse before, but this one here, it's over 40 degrees right now in here, and it's only maybe 10 degrees outside and not very sunny. So definitely worth the investment if you have the money and if you have the time and the space and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to do lots of videos in here. I'm very excited. Mother Nature has decided that all 4 seasons in one day should be fun. So I've retreated to my kitchen to wrap this up. I hope that you choose to follow our journey. I'll share lots of videos. I do lots of canning and dehydrating and all sorts of good stuff like that. We have, like I said, our chickens, and we have turkey eggs in the incubator that will be hatching in about a week. And so hopefully I'll be able to share some good videos of those as well. We did raise turkeys when I was at home with Mom, but she didn't hatch her own. She bought poults, which is pretty normal. Most people do. So, and she did the white commercial turkeys, but I have chosen bronze turkeys because we're hoping to have 3 hens and a tom that we hold on to for breeding. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming, and hopefully you join us again. Don't forget to hit the like button so that this comes up in your feed again. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and share with your friends. We'll see you soon. Have a wonderful day.